So surface area and volume is one chapter which will actually check lot of things. That is why it is asked for 5 marks. What are those elements which are very important in mathematics is how do you understand a formula? How do you solve the mathematics? How do you substitute things? Whether do you really know how to handle with how to handle with decimals, fractions, and your patience to read the question and read and understand any question based on the diagrams. No, these are called as the analytical mind. All these things are very much important to solve surface area and volumes. And since most of you have never done mathematics properly till your ninth standard, okay, if you ask yourself, you will know what amount of mathematics you people have done till ninth standard. You would have done, I'm not telling everybody, I'm not generalizing, but most of you I know till ninth standard, you have not done any mathematics. You have just mugged up things or copied, somehow managed stuffs. But this year it is not that, right? Your basics are very much important. So, since you have not done much of a mathematics in your lower classes, surface area volume is difficult. Why? Because I told you do not have analytical mind. You have not understood the formulas. You don't know how to simplify things. You don't know how to read the question. All this for what all what you did not do in your previous years. Now we are doing, so it will be little difficult. So it does not mean that you cannot solve surface area volume. It is impossible. No, you can solve it, but it requires some amount of practice, a solid practice. If you ask me, first thing that I want to say is what you should do in surface area volume is already you have 14 problems. 14 problems from where? 14 problems from your preparatory paper and model paper. In every paper, 2 problems. Since it is an OR question for 5 marks, so you have 14 problems. And if you take out your LBA, okay, in LBA also there is problems. And most of the problems, if you see your LBA, it is repeated. For this 5 marks, it is repeated. So now what you should do is practice from LBA also. I have taken few questions today. I'll be solving few questions from LBA only. So you will get to know that if you can solve LBA questions from surface area volume 5 marks, okay, there in LBA, if you see LBA questions, there are 2 mark, 3 mark. No need to solve 2 mark, 3 mark because they're not giving 2 mark, 3 marks question. But what you need to solve is the 5 mark questions. So in 5 mark question, if you see your LBA document, there are around only 1 second. I'm just checking. It is around 20 plus problems you have. Okay. So 20 plus problems plus not 20 also. 4 marks. Yeah. 49 to 65. 15 problems. 16 problems you have in LBA. In that, many are repeated in model. And so around, if you take around 30 problems, if you can solve solidly, only 30 problems and understand them, you can easily solve this 30, easily get 7 marks. Surface area volumes, 2 marks. One in MCQ, one question they'll be asked, and very short answer, 1 mark. Sometimes even very short answer only 2 marks they have asked. So basically 7 marks question. So easily you can get 7 marks, and 1 marks I'll be discussing. It is very simple. It will not be very complicated. And if you can solve these 30 questions and understand, 5 marks is a easy get through. Okay. So now let's go. Let's start. Firstly, that everybody should be doing is formula sheet. If you don't know the formulas, I cannot help. No, I can definitely cannot help. If you should know the formulas properly, practice it, write it, all these formulas. You can see, okay, you should not leave anything, especially all this cylinder, okay, cone, sphere, hemisphere, and basically you should know curved surface area formulas and volume formulas. Obviously, you should also know cuboid and cube, the volumes, and see, one very clearly you should understand that surface area is two-dimensional. The SI units can be centimeter square or meter square. Volume is three-dimensional. It will be centimeter cube or meter cube. SI units. Okay. So, and also if you see a cube or r square into h. R into h. See, three-dimensional. Here also you see pi is not a dimension. R into h, three-dimensional. This is r cube. See, the formula is wrong here. It is r cube. 4 by 3 r cube. This also r cube. Okay. 2 by 3. See, three-dimensional. Three-dimensional. This is also three-dimensional. See, this is two-dimensional. This is two-dimensional. Why? Surface area is two-dimensional. Okay. So, and here, this is very important. Cone is the favorite shape. Why? Because in cone, this L that is there. Okay. This is h square. L is equal to square root of h square plus r square. And L is called the only shape where you have the slant height. Okay. So, this is height. This is radius. This is L, slant height. The only shape where there is slant height is your cone. And this to solve this, what? You know, this is 90 degree. You'll be using Pythagoras theorem. L square is equal to h square plus r square. Therefore, L is equal to square root of h square plus r square. So, in 1 marks, they will ask sometime, write the relationship between slant height, height and radius. Just write this formula or this formula. Write the relationship between slant height, height and radius. So, you should know all the formulas. Okay, practice it, understand it. Then only you are able to solve problems. Now let's go to the next slide. So before I go to problems, you should understand these things. Okay, 1 second. Some important conversions. This actually I also put videos today. Maybe most of you would have seen it, hopefully. Or I am just explaining what are these conversions. So you should know this because they are asking how to convert things. Like in meters, in liters. Now, firstly, this thing 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So, how to understand this? Common people will not understand centimeter cube, meter cube, right? They don't understand this. They understand only liters. They understand hectares, acres, kelvitirani. So, what is the meaning of this? Firstly, okay. Firstly, if you see here, okay, you see in the right side that green color. This is a cube. Okay, this is a cube. This length is 10 centimeter. The height is 10 centimeter. The breadth is 10 centimeter. So what is the volume of cube? You know, the volume of cube is A into A into A or A cube. So A cube means if I multiply everything, it will become what? 10 into 10 into 10. What do you get? Very sorry. Yeah. 10 into 10 into 10. So what do you get? You would get definitely 1000 centimeter cube. Means in this box, okay, in this cube, if you put water, that value is 1 liter. If somebody tells 1 liter, what is the meaning of it? It is 1000 centimeter cube. How? I explained you. If you take one box of length, breadth and height of 10, 10, 10, so volume will be 1000 centimeter cube. That will be equal to 1 liters. Same way, what is 1 meter cube? Imagine a huge box. See here down. 1 meter cube height, 1 meter height, 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth. 1 meter means imagine how big it is. Okay, 1 meter. Okay, in that one, if you fill water, you know how much you can fill? You can fill 1000 liters, 1000 liters. So if you want a tank in your house of 1000 liters, so how much, how you should build a tank? 1 meter height, 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth. Okay, so in 1 meter cube, how many liters? 1000 liters. Understand this properly. 1 liter is 1000 centimeter cube. 1 meter cube is 1000 liters. And lastly, 1 hectare. What is 1 hectare? You can see the diagram here. 100 meter length, 100 meter breadth. Square. Hectare is, see, this is surface area, jaga. Okay. So 100 like this, 100 like this. So 100 into 100, 10,000 meters square. So 1 hectare, if somebody tells I have 1 hectare of place, what is the meaning of it? He has a place of 100 into 100 square. Okay. So these 3 dimensions you have to properly understand to solve the problems. Let's go to the next one. Now let's solve some 1 mark questions. First question, see this. About a cylinder, it is about cylinder. The circumference of a base of a cylinder, it seems there is one cylinder, okay, and its base, this is the base, okay, this is the base of the cylinder. It seems the base circumference is 10 centimeter and height is 25 centimeter. Find CSA, curved surface area. What do you mean by curved surface area? This outer part. No, you imagine one small hula hoop, okay, or a bangle. Go on keeping multiple bangles one above the other. What do you get? You get a cylinder, right? You get a cylinder. So how do you get a cylinder curved surface area? You know the formula, right? The formula is 2 pi r h. How it is 2 pi r h? 2 pi r is circumference. You keep now hula hoop is a circumference part, right? You keep multiple hula hoops, you get an height. So therefore, 2 pi r into h is the CSA. Now what they're giving? They're giving you the base circumference is given. Okay, see in the formula, this is the formula. 2 pi r is directly given, which is 10. And height is 25 centimeters. So how do you get CSA? Just multiply both of them. That's all. 10 into 25. Therefore, it is 250 centimeters square. Why just multiply? Because directly 2 pi r value is giving you. Okay, he is giving you directly. Okay, so 2 pi r h. So same way, you have this problem. They're telling the area of the base of a cylinder is 38.5 centimeter. Height is 10. Find the volume. So volume of cylinder is pi r square h. It is pi r square h. You know what is pi r square? Pi r square is area of circle, right? So what is the area of base of cylinder? It is circular shape, the base or height, anywhere it is circle only, no? You take in 5 rupees coin. 5 rupees coin is filled. It is pi r square. You keep multiple 5 rupees coin. What do you get? You get a cylinder, a filled cylinder. So basically, basically what is happening? So pi r square is the area of base and height is given. So just multiply again. Therefore 385 centimeter cube. Why centimeter cube? It is volume. Earlier problem, it is centimeter square. See properly, it is centimeter square. So this problem is, okay, the centimeter cube. Next problem. So this is very important. This you need proper understanding. It seems there is a sheet. Okay, you can see a sheet here. This diagram is not given in the question. I have just put this diagram. The question is only so much. Okay, a rectangular sheet of paper. Okay, 40 into 22 centimeter is rolled and an hollow cylinder of height 40 centimeter is made. Find the radius. Okay, find the radius. Now, okay, I'll just show you. Now, okay. Now this is a sheet of paper. Okay, this is the sheet of paper. I'll just first show you the picture. Yeah. So now if you see this piece of paper, I'm just spinning 1 second. Yeah. So now if you see this is the sheet of paper, it seems it is 40 and 22. 40 and 22. And there, you know, how does cylinder is formed? Cylinder ಆಗಿರೋದು ಇದರಿಂದಾನೆ. If I just close this, so you know there is a cylinder, right? This is a cylinder. This is a hollow cylinder, hollow cylinder. Now they're telling when they do it, okay, when you do this, they're telling they're telling the cylinder height is 40. Cylinder height is 40. So that means what? Where did the earlier? ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ 40 into 22. So now I have rolled it like this. So this is 40. So now 22 ಎಲ್ಲೋಯ್ತು 22 ಎಲ್ಲೋಯ್ತು 22 has become the circumference. Correct? You understood? The original paper which was rectangular, which was 40 like this, 22 like this. Okay, when I roll it, height remained the same. Okay, paper height remained the same. What changed? The 22 ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ಈ ಬ್ರೆತ್ ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಬ್ರೆತ್ ಇವಾಗ ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನೌ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೌ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ, so now if you see what happened, now this 22 is the, what is 22 is the circumference. It has become circumference. So now solution, I have not done solution. 22 length is now curved to become circumference. So 2 pi r is 22, correct? 2 pi r is 22, circumference formula is 2 pi r. So you want r. What will happen to 2 and pi? It will become denominator. Okay, it will become denominator. Okay, so now the simplification is remaining 22 by 2. So pi down means, can I write it is 7 by 22? Just reverse, right? It is in reciprocal. So now 22, 22 cancel. So 7 by 2 is remaining. What is 7 by 2? 7 by 2 is nothing but 3.5 centimeter. So now this is the concept behind. This is a very important problem. It is there in LBA also. This problem, it is also there in model paper. Make sure that you practice some problems. Understand this. That's all. Nothing very difficult. Basically, if something becomes height, the other thing becomes the circumference. So it equate it to circumference and find the radius. Okay. Next, this is one problem. Again, very important. The ratio of volumes of cylinder and cone. Write the ratios of volumes of cylinder and cone whose base and heights are same. ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. If at all you take a cone, okay, and cylinder, remember this criteria. If these both are having same radius and same height, okay, same radius and same height. See this, 3 cones, if you fill water, it will complete. If you fill water in this cone, water in this cone, water in this cone, if you shift it to this cylinder will fill. So basically there are 3 cones, 3 cones in one cylinder, 3 cones in one cylinder. So what students understand this? There are 3 cones in one cylinder, there are 3 cones. So now they're asking what is the ratio of cylinder and cone. So it must be 3:1, right? Because in cylinder there are 3 parts, 3 cones. If at all they ask what is the ratio between cone and cylinder, it will be 1:3. Okay, so this is what cylinder is to cone. It is 3:1. Same way, if somebody tells you, now you see the next question. They're telling this works only in what case? Remember the case. When the radius and the height of cylinder and cone is same, is equal, then see they're asking if the volume of cylinder is 60 centimeter cube, what is the volume of cone? Cylinder estante, cylinder diagram kottilla, they are not given diagram in the question. I have just given you for your reference. It is 60 centimeter cube. They're asking what is the volume of cone. What did I say? Inside cylinder there are 3 cones. How many cones? 3 cones. So now if this is 60, what will be individual? It will be 20 centimeter cube. So each one will be 20, 20 and 20. Okay. So this property. Similarly, if at all they give you the volume of cone is 3 liters. Okay. Volume of cone is 3 liters. What will be the volume of cylinder then? Cone is 3 liter. Then what will be volume of cylinder? Just you can put in the chat box. Yeah, good. Okay. So let's continue. So this is the, okay. Let's go to next one. Okay, this one. This is the problem. The next problem. This I already told you. One thing they will ask, write the relationship between slant height and radius of a cone. That I already told you the formula. What is the formula? L is equal to square root of, okay, h square plus r square. So now here in this question they are given the if you see here, they have given you a diagram is, I think it is different. The base cone radius is 8, slant height is 10. Okay, so this I put different diagram, that's okay. This is 10. They're asking what is the radius. So now slant height is how much? 10. Okay, so what is the height? Height is only we need to find out. Radius is 8. So now you know how to solve it. Either you can use this formula or you can use this formula directly, right? L square is equal to h square r square. This also, if you want, the root goes other side, it becomes 100. Therefore h square plus 64, it will go that side. So it will become 36. So h square. Therefore h is equal to square root of 36. So square 36 is 6 centimeter. So what is be the height? It will be 6. So now this is triplets. If you can remember the triplets, what do you mean by triplets? Pythagoras theorem na satisfy ಆಗೋ numbers na triplets ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Next I'll show it then. These are very much useful for you to solve your cone problems, slant height problems. I'll come to it later. So this is one problem. Remember, this is also there in your LBA. Chances of coming is very high. Okay. Next, very important, this problem. Okay. This is also there in your LBA. Okay, what is this problem? They're telling, see, in LBA it is mentioned difficult. Okay. So the amount of water fill in the tank is 5, 6, and 2. What is this tank? Length, breadth, and height. Meaning, that means this tank must be a cuboid. What is the volume of cuboid? It is amount of water filled means it is volume only, no? What is it? Is L into B into H. So if you multiply, what do you get? Answer 60 meter cube. See, 5, 6 are 30, 32s are 60. 60 meter cube is the volume of this tank. Remember, I told you in the beginning, 1 meter cube, how much water you can fill? You can fill 1000 liters. For 60 meter cube, how much you can fill? Just cross multiply. Correct? For 60, how much? Just multiply. 60 into 1000 is how much? 60,000 liters. Understood? ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬಾವಿ ತೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬೋದು ನೋಡಿ. 5, 6, 2 meters. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಂತ್ ಒಂದು ಬಾವಿ ತೋಡಿ 5 meter ಹಿಂಗೆ. ಬ್ರೆತ್ ಒಂದು 6 meter. Height on 2 meters ಸಾಕು. If you just make height in this type of a tank, okay, so what you can do, you can easily fill how much water? You can easily fill 60,000 liters. Okay, so now this is a very important concept because there is a conversion that is there here. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Yeah, now let's go to 5 marks problem. For 5 marks problem, some of the steps you need to follow. Okay, so this is draw. Yeah, I'll tell one by one. If you can, you must follow these steps. Very important. If you follow these steps, at least if you don't get the answer also, that is fine, you'll get good marks. Okay, firstly, and also if you follow these steps, you'll not be confused. First thing is, read the question properly. See, remember this. Okay, in your preparatory, what has happened is they give you 3 hours 15 minutes and you start writing from beginning of the time. But in board they will not do that. First 15 minutes they'll not give you the ide kodala andre booklet kodala. They'll give only question paper. Okay, so what you will do if such situations? You have to read 15 minutes paper and then the 3 hours only time that you have. So remember, every question, yesterday also Srinivas Prasad sir told you, read the question up till the end of the paper, till the end of the question, read it properly and draw the diagram. Draw the diagram roughly. Okay, roughly draw. Don't draw it neatly and waste your time. Draw it roughly. Okay, next, after drawing, write the relevant formulas. I'll come to, I don't think you'll understand this if I tell now. We will do one problem. When I do the problem, I'll repeat these steps again. Now, if you want, I will send this PPT. Don't worry. If you want, you can take the screenshot also and keep. But I will just, when I solve next problem, you'll clearly understand. Before I solve, you have to remember this, understand this. What are these? Triplets. I told you. What do you mean by triplets? 3, 4, 5. What is it? Idu nimge trigonometry help agutte. Trigonometry help agbodu. What is this 3, 4, 5? You take a triangle. This is 3, this is 4. This will be obviously 5, right? So 3 square is equal to 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. What is Pythagoras theorem? A square plus B square will be equal to C square, right? 9 plus 16 is how much? 9 plus 16 is obviously 25. So here also 25. Slant height is also 25. So 3, 4, 5. ಹೆಂಗೆ help ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು? ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ನೀವು, you have to solve the problem, that is fine. But sometimes it is very handy. ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು obviously ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? It will obviously be 4. But make sure slant height value should always be in the hypotenuse. If at all, remember, ಹಿಂಗ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಕೊಟ್ರು, ಅವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಬರೀತೀರಾ? Will you write 5 here and 3 here? No. Always the slant height values, these are also called as triplets. This value should be in, all these values should be in hypotenuse only. Same way 6, 8, 10. Check ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ 6, 8, 10. 36 plus 6 square is 36. 8 square is 64. 64 plus 36 is 100. 10 square is 100. Then 5 square. plus 12 square plus 13 square. See, 5 square is how much? 5 square is 25. 12 square is 144. Okay, so 13 square is 169. Just add 144 plus 25. This 169. Equal to 169. This is again important. Remember, Ido. 7, 24, 25. Somewhere if you see, obviously you have to solve ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಇದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಸಿ a triangle where 25 is given and 7 is given, other thing will obviously be what? 24 it will obviously be. Okay, same way 8, 15, 17, 20, 21, 29. This is important. See, this star one, this is asked 3.5, 12, 12.5. If you see one problem in your model paper, they have given a cone, okay, and radius is 3.5, okay, and this is 12. Slant height ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ. You can easily remember this. It is how much? 12.5. It is 12.5. Same way, 2.5, 6 and 6.5. This is nothing but the half of this one. See, 5 get 2.5, 6 get 6 and 12, 6.5, 12. And same way also remember this 1.5. This is half of the first one. See, this also is a triplet. Okay, so if you can remember this, it will be very handy when you solve the problems. Okay, now let's go to the first problem one by one. So these steps I'll come again, means when I solve, I'll come one by one steps. First thing that you should read, okay, first that you should do in exam is draw the diagram. Okay, read the question first. So what is the question? It seems there is a solid in the form of cone mounted on a right circular cylinder. You don't worry about right circular, that is nothing but like always if this statement is not given also, obviously it will be right only. Just see about it is cylinder. Okay, on cylinder is there, both having same radii. See this statement, they're telling the cone and the cylinder have same radii. Okay, and in the figure, the radius of the base and the height of the cone are 7 and 9 respectively. The total height is 30. Find the volume of the solid. Okay, so now this is the first thing. We will read the question, draw the diagram. I have drawn the diagram. The first thing that you should do, okay, after you draw the diagram, write the formula. What is the formula? For this, what should I find? I should find volume of solid. So what is the volume of solid? Here, what all things are there? It is volume of what? Volume of cone. It is what are things is there? Volume andre, don't get confused. Very simple. Volume of cone plus volume of, I'll write cone plus volume of cylinder. Next, what is volume of cone? What is the formula? 1/3 pi r square h. What is volume of cylinder? Pi r square h. Now after this, you should see whether the radius is common. Next step is, once you write the diagram, once you write the formula, see whether the radius is same for both the shape. Is it same? Yes, it is same for both. Then, okay, that means you can take common out. Is the height same? Just see, is the height same? No. What is this h? This h is the height of the cone. So I'll write here h cone. What is this? This is the height of cylinder. Either you can write h1 and h2 or h cone plus h cylinder. Okay, this you need to properly write it. Now, after you write this, take common out. What is common? Pi is, if you don't take common, you'll get answer, but it will become a very lengthy task for you. So pi r square I'll take out. So what is remaining? 1/3 of h cone. Okay, so 1/3 of h cone plus h cylinder. Okay, so what is the first step? Read the question, draw the diagram, write the formula. Okay, see whether is the radius common, then take it out common, then go to given. Now see what all things you want to substitute. You'll simplify ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕು. I want radius. Is the radius given? Yes, very clearly given. See properly, sometimes they'll give diameter. See here, radius only is given. So I'll write 7 centimeter. What is the height of cone? Is it given? It is directly given. How much? It is 9 centimeter. What is the height of cylinder? Is it given directly? Yes, it is given directly. It is 30. Wrong. Be very careful here. Most of the time, here we want what? Only height of the cylinder. Most of the question that we give in board exams, all given will not be there. Either one will be there or two will be there. Something one you have to find out. That is called as analytical thinking. You have to break the diagram to understand it. Now, total height is given, which is 30. What will be the height of the cylinder? Tell me how. Total is 30. 9 is here. So 30 minus 9 is how much? You have to subtract ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ. Full is 30. 9 remove, so you will get this. So this is called as the analytics. Skill based, skill ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ. Okay, so basically it is 30 minus 9, which is nothing but 21 centimeter. Okay, so now all the given is there. Now what is the step? And pi, remember, don't simplify pi at the beginning. Don't simplify. Simplify at the last step or somewhere. I'll tell you where. I'll keep pi as it is. 7 square. Okay, radius is 7 square. 1/3 height of cone. What is height of cone? It is 9 into 9. Height of cylinder 21. So now I'll write pi as it is. 7 square is 49. So here if you see 3 ones are 3 threes are. So 3 is remaining. 3 plus 21. So now pi into 49 into. So 3 plus is 24. So now you simplify pi at the end. So 49 into 24. 7 ones are 7 sevens are. So what is remaining? 22 into 7 into 24. And whatever answer you get, and what is the SI unit? It is volume. It will be, okay, see this is centimeter, right? Centimeter what? Centimeter cube. Okay, so now you can solve this. So be very careful, and when you're doing surface area volume, don't keep it for the end. Don't keep it for very end. You want some one peaceful time. ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 10 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಮೇನ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ 2.5 hours. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಫ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಸ್ 3 hours, you have to complete this surface area volume before 2.5 hours. Okay. So answer you can just multiply and write the answer. Hopefully everybody understood. I could not see the chat box because I'll see the chat box and come back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, in English only. I hope I only use English words. Okay, good. Understood? Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, fine. We'll go to the next one. So what many will do is, I know most of you are in a calculator world. What do you mean by calculator world? So when you're doing at home, you'll be using calculator and you'll get the answer. But in exam, will anybody give you calculator? So don't use the calculator. When you're practicing, also do multiplication. Many of you, I know, because of not doing multiplication over the years, you have forgotten multiplication also. Okay, so please do the basics. Don't use calculator. Okay, even now practice this. So this is the first one. Let's go to the next problem. Okay, now again I'll reiterate the steps. Okay, I'll go to the steps. See the steps. What is the first step I did? Read the question, draw the diagram. Second step, relevant formulas, and see if radius is common. I saw if radius is common and I took common out. See, I took commons out. Then what I did? Then I wrote the given. I analyzed the diagram and wrote the details and variable. What do you mean by variable? That HR. That I need to find. I found out. And I simplified. Then avoid points. This is very important. What do you mean by avoid points? I'll come to this. Sometimes what they will do is, okay, and simplify. And last point is simplify pi at the last step, end or a last step. What is this avoid points? Sometimes you'll get radius as 3.5. What do you take? Do not take 3.5. Take it as 7/2. Why? Because when you have 22/7 with you always, the 7 will get cancelled. So remember, when radius is given 3.5, when you're simplifying, use 7/2. Sometimes they will give, if at all somebody gives you the diameter. Okay, take this situation. The diameter is 3.5 centimeter. So what will be the radius? What will be the radius? You can just put in the chat box. What do you write as the what will be the radius? I just want to know your opinion. What you will take radius? 3.52, but 3.5/2 means again you are getting decimals. No, how do you avoid the decimals? 7 by 4. Very good. Somebody has answered it is 7 by 4. How? 35 by 10. Okay, fine. But the best one is 7 by 4. Why? I'll tell you why it is the best one. Why it is the best one? I'll just reshare. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Why 7 by 4? How it is 7 by 4? So now 3.5 is the diameter. Is the diameter. So radius will be what? Half of it. So what is 7 by 4? What is 7 by 2? 7 by 2 is 3.5. What is 7 by 4? Like half of 7 by 2 is 3.5, right? Half of 7 by 2. So therefore, if at all, if somebody gives the diameter is 3.5, take it as 7 by 4. Okay. That will be very helpful when you solve the problems. Okay. So 1 second. Yeah. Go to the next problem. So these are the steps. Now again, I'll do next problem. Okay. Is the screen shared? Yeah. To simplify, it will become easy. In fraction calculation is easy. Very good. What happens is many times, since I told you in the beginning only, you people have not done mathematics over the years properly. As soon as you see decimals, ನಿಮಗೆ ಭಯ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ 7. ಆ ಥರನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ 3.5, ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಸ್ 7 by 2. ಇಫ್ ದ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ 3.5, ಅದು ನೋಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್, okay, then you take this. Even somebody is explain it again. Nothing to confuse here. Two things. If the radius is 3.5, what do you take? 7 by 2. If at all the radius, if the diameter is 3.5, what you do? You take 7 by 4. Why it is 7 by 4? See, now it's very simple. Half of 7 is 3.5. Half of 7 is 3.5. 3.5, 3.5. If 7 is the, okay, if 7 is the diameter, what will be the radius? 3.5, 3.5. Now I'm telling is 3.5 is the diameter. What will be half of 3.5? You cut 3.5, 3, 3, 1.5, 1.5, and still I left 0.5 in 3.5. So you give 25, 25. So each one will be 1.75, 1.75. Right? Half of 3.5 is 1.75, 1.75. If you take 1.75, you will be confused again, decimal. So what I'm telling is, take 7 by 4. Correct? So half of 7 by 2 is 3.5, 7 by 4 is 1.75. That's all. Okay? Yeah. Go to the next problem. So now this problem. Okay? Again, follow the steps. A solid is in the shape of cylinder with the cone. This is the shape, and the radius is given. The total height is given 61. And calculate the cost of painting. Remember, surface area means the cost of painting. Anywhere you see the word painting, it is surface area problems. Anywhere you see the word water filling, what is the capacity? It is volume problem. So, and now this is the shape. This is the shape. Now, before I begin this shape, can somebody tell now what is the total surface area of this shape? Same shape. And what is the total surface area of this shape? Okay. Shape 1, shape 2. In both the shapes, there are 3 diagrams. First shape I'll explain you. First shape is what? It is a cone, cylinder, and a hemisphere. Second shape is again cylinder, but inside cylinder, I am filling a cavity. I'm removing out cone. From the bottom, I'm removing out hemisphere. Now, 2 shapes. If somebody asks what is the volume of this shape and this shape, volume. What is the volume of this shape? Volume of cylinder plus volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere. Yes, very simple, easy. What is the volume of this shape? Somebody is removing stuffs outside. So what is volume of cylinder minus volume of cone minus volume of hemisphere? Okay, this is volume. Volume, no confusion. In volume, there is no surface volume, total volume, curved volume. There is nothing. There is only volume. But now the same diagram, if somebody asks you what is the curved surface area or total surface area of both the shapes. Okay. What do you mean by surface area? Very simple. Nodi bottle there. The bottle. If somebody asks what is the total surface area of this one, It is where all I should paint. I should paint this surface. I should paint this surface. I should paint this surface. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟಿ ಎಸ್ ಎ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶೇಪ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೋನ್? ನೋ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಸಿ ಎಸ್ ಎ. It is the CSA of cone. And what is this? This is again, there is again what? There is again cylinder, CSA of cylinder plus CSA of hemisphere. All the CSA just adding. CSA of cone, CSA of cylinder plus CSA of hemisphere. Now, what is the formula for this shape? Many of them will get confused here. They will tell it is CSA of cylinder minus CSA of cone minus CSA of hemisphere. Okay, this is wrong. Paint ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೀನು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಯು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಸ್. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಲೇಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಪೇಂಟ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶೇಪ್? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್. CSA of cylinder plus CSA of cone plus CSA of what? Hemisphere. Okay, this everybody understood? Everybody understood? Volume andre minus, so surface area del minus barala. Okay, be very careful, properly understand. Did you understand everybody? Please put in the means any confusion? Yes. Okay. Hopefully everybody understood. Give the thumbs up. Just okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Re-explain. Okay, I'll re-explain. This is very important because most of you make mistake here. Okay, always CSA is adding. You cannot tell always. I'll tell you one example. Adagalla. Okay, not always it is. Now, for example, you take one. There is one problem. Okay, it seems there is one. I'll take this problem. See, this is one. Okay, this is one such problem that is there. Okay, what is this problem? In this problem, there is a cuboid. Okay, there is a cuboid, and there is a cone. Cone na aache ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Ice cream ತರ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚೆ. Now tell me what is the total surface area of this shape? What is the total surface of this shape? Total surface area ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು? ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು ಇವಾಗ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. 6 ಫೇಸ್ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇಂಟ್ ದ TSA. So what is the total surface area of this shape? It is TSA of cuboid. Plus or minus a volume andre ಏನು? ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋನ್. ಈಸಿ. TSA ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕಾ? What is this? This is C1. ಇವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ. Is this correct? Is this correct? No, it is wrong. Something I have to subtract. What I should subtract? ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಗನೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕಲ್ಲ? ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಐ ಆಡೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್. ವೇರ್ ಆಡೆಡ್ ಇಯರ್. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು TSA ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್? area of circle from this part. Illi tegibeku. Okay, so this you have to understand. So same way, if you take this shape, okay, now one more shape. This is one shape and this is the shape. Okay, what is the total surface area of this shape? What is the TSA? But first, what is the volume? Volume is very simple. Okay, so what is volume? So volume of cylinder plus volume of hemisphere minus volume of cone. Volume al confusion illa, but TSA ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? So it is here in this shape CSA of cylinder, CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of what? Plus CSA of cone. Okay, understood? So this is very important for most of you to understand. So hopefully you understood. Okay. Sir, in before diagram you have taken CSA, but diagram you have taken TSA. No, in this diagram TSA only. No, this diagram. The second diagram, in this diagram, one second. See, this diagram it is TSA only because first you have to paint all surfaces. First there is a cuboid. Cuboid ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ paint ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. And you have to paint the interior wall of this cone. But what problem you have done is you are not painting here, but you have already included here. Why have you included here? That means you have to subtract it. How to subtract? That is why I'm subtracting here. Okay, so practice some problems with this understanding. Please practice some problems. If you don't practice, it is very difficult. Okay, so let's now I'll go to this problem. I'll solve this. 1 second. Okay. Where we touch that TSA, see, you even estimate, and don't get confused. Where you have to, like, which all faces you are painting. That is the total surface area. That's all. Okay. Anyway, I'll go to the next problem. This problem. Okay. So there is all entire shape is given. So what is the first step? Write the formula. So it is the TSA. Firstly, E shape the TSA. Elladku paint ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. So that is total surface area of the toy. Okay, whatever toy or something, this shape. So what are things are involved? It is CSA. Where all should I paint? I have to paint the CSA of cone, the outside of this cone, CSA of cone, plus I should paint the CSA of cylinder, CSA of cylinder. Next, where I should paint? I should paint the CSA of hemisphere, CSA of hemisphere. So then what I told, write the formula. CSA of cone is what? It is pi r L. What is CSA of cylinder? 2 pi r h. What is CSA of hemisphere? 2 pi r square. Then what did I say? Take common out. What is common? Is the radius same? Yes, the radius is same. For entire shape, radius is same. So pi and r is common. What is remaining? L is there. And here I took pi r out. 2h is there. Here I took pi and r. So remaining is 2r. So now I'll go. What is L here? What is h here? This L is the slant height of cone. This h is what? Height of the cylinder. Height of cylinder. Now I'll write the given. What is the radius? 7 centimeter. No tension. So what is slant height? Not given. I'll write this formula h square plus r square and keep. Then what is h of cylinder height? This also, see, both details are not given. Is the height of cylinder given? Not given. But they are given overall height of the shape. Now firstly let me find the slant height. Height. H square. What is this h here? This height, no, E height. We have to subtract. Okay. This cone, right? E cone alli E height. Andre, this I have to find this. So what is this? This is radius 7 centimeter. How do you get this? Total is given 61. Illindil gesto. Is it given? It is given. It is how much? It is 7 only, no? This is also, it is like inside a cone, inside a hemisphere. It is like, this is a radius, this only will come here, this only will come. It is like a minute hand of a clock which is going, no? Inside a sphere. Inside a hemisphere also, everything is same. Okay. So what will happen? So it will clearly, what happens is, this is 7. So from this, you have to subtract 61 minus 7. So what do you get? And if you see here, this is given. The height of cylinder is given. Yes, it you can write directly. It is 30 centimeter. So then what is height? This one. From here to here, how much it is? From here to here, it is 37 centimeter. So what is the remaining height? It is 61 minus 37. What is 61 minus 37? So basically this height is this one. Okay, what is this? You have to subtract 61. See, full 61 minus 37. So how much it is? So 61. So basically it is 23, 24. So it is 24 centimeter. So now this is 24. This is 7. If you remember triplets, you can very easily tell it is 25. Answer is 25. I told you triplets in the beginning. 24, 27, 24, 25 is combination. If you just simplify, you will obviously get L is equal to 25. Because simplify ಮಾಡಿ 24 square is how much? 440. Change something. 7 square. I think no, it is more than that. 7 square is 45. Then add. You will get 625. Square root of 625 is 25 centimeter. Now just simplification. Anybody can simplify. Pi keep as it is. Radius is how much? It is 7. Slant height is, I just found out, 25. Twice the height of cylinder. Height of cylinder is how much? 30. It is 60. Twice the radius. It is 14. So now what should I do? Now you can simplify because 7 is already there. You can simplify it. Okay. So into 7. So when you add everything, what is the answer? 60 plus 25, 85. 85 plus 95, 99. So 7 and 7 cancel. 2 into 99. So whatever you get, what is the answer in SI unit? It is centimeter square. Is the answer over? Is everything finished? No, everything is not finished. There is something else you need to find out. Cost of painting. How do you find the cost of painting? What they're telling is, to paint 100 centimeters square, they're charging 10 rupees. You understand? To what? 100 centimeters square, they're charging 10 rupees. For this, if you multiply this both, what do you get? 22 into 99. Okay. If you multiply, you get, I'll keep this as answer only for now. Okay. This is centimeter square. This you have to find what is the cost. Just cross multiply. For 100 centimeter square, it is 10 rupees adre. Idu case to just multiply. Therefore, 99 into 22 into 10 divided by 100. 0, 0 cancel. So now, therefore, 99 into 22 by 10. So I think most of you already answered in the chat box. Okay. So the answer is yes. Then volume is not required. Why do you want volume here? Volume is not asked. Okay. So that's all. The answer is 217.8 rupees. Okay. No need to find volume in this problem because they were not asked volume, right? Oh, time icon is off. 1 second. Yeah. So no need to find volume because they're not asking anything about the volume here. They're just asking find the cost of painting. Okay. Now let's go to the next problem. Okay. So now this problem. Okay. So this is also there in your LBA. 1 second. So they're telling, okay, they are telling you no diagram is given. No diagram is given. The volume of cylinder is 5 times the volume of cone. The volume of cylinder is 5 times the volume of cone. Correct. Okay. And it is given, okay, the radius and the base, and the radius is how much? I'll write radius is 7 centimeter. Slant height is 25 centimeter of cone. And the radius, they're telling the radius of the cylinder is cylinder radius. Cylinder radius is 14 centimeter. Find the volume and lateral surface area of cylinder. Lateral is nothing but the curved surface area. So with this given details, so this is a very good problem because see such problems only we choose. Why? Because one problem you have to know volume also. You have to know about cylinder surface area also. You have to know about cone also. So both volume and surface area is involved. So these are the very good type of problems which we choose. So what is the volume of cylinder? How do I find? So for this, to find the volume of cylinder, it is very easy. First, I will find the volume of cone. What is the volume of cone? Formula 1/3 pi r square h. Okay. So is everything given? 5 into 1 by 3, 22 by 7. Is radius given? Yes, radius is given. 7 into 7. What is the height? Height of cone is not given, but something else is given. Slant height. Slant height is 24. Okay, radius is 7. What will be this? Just now I told the triplets. So what is the triplet? 7, 24, 25. Or you just apply the formula, you will get the answer. This will always be 24. Now just simplify. 7, 7 cancel. 3 ones are 3, 8s are. So therefore what is remaining? 5 into 22 into 7 into 8. So this is the, if you simplify, so what is the answer you would get? Answer bantu. If you simplify, I did not solve. Okay, this is 6160. I hope you get 6160. Okay. 6160 centimeter cube. Yeah, centimeter cube. Okay. Yeah, 6160. Yeah. Sir, we can apply formula on both sides and cancel pi That also you can do, but the problem is here in this problem they're asking what is the volume. So if you cancel, it will be, I don't think it will be very helpful in this problem if you do that way. Okay, you ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ sir, we can do that sir. For same painting question of cylinder we must add and subtract the base. How is that? Not understanding. Okay, I'll come to it later. Okay, so now somebody told sir this also, if you cancel, where do you get volume of cylinder? This is the steps you need to follow to find volume. Next, they're asking what is the lateral surface area of cylinder. Okay. For lateral surface area, what is lateral surface area? CSA. What is the formula? 2 pi RH. So for 2 pi RH, is radius given? If you see, the radius is given. Radius of what? Radius of cylinder is given, but height is not given. Height is not given. There you can do whatever. You can what? You can use the concept, either use this relationship, or you can very clearly see volume of cylinder. You can use this volume of cylinder is equal to what? Volume of cylinder? What is the formula of volume of cylinder? It is pi r square h. What is volume of cylinder? I just found out 6160. This is 22 by 7. What is radius square? It is 14 given. 14 into 14. What is height? That is what I want to simplify here. Okay. So now just simplify 6160 into 7. Both these three will come down. 2 in 22 into 14 into 14. So when you simplify everything, you will get 10 centimeter is my, this is 1za, this is 2za. I hope this 10 only you will get. So the height is 10 centimeter. Okay. So then simplify here. That's all. 2 into 22 by 7. Radius is given in the question. Height you just found out using this formula. 7 1za, 7 2za. So basically, so you would get 88 into 10, which is nothing but 880 centimeter square. Be very careful. This is square. This is here centimeter cube. Okay. So like this. That is why ನೀವು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ what you want for this questions is patience and calmness. Patience and calmness. Okay. There are different ways to solve, but in tension, if you are yeah, lateral surface area means CSA only. Yes, lateral surface area means CSA only. So what I did this problem, I found volume. I used the relationship. I found volume of cylinder. Then lateral surface area. This is the formula. Height. You'll simplify madak height illa. So again, what I did, I used this formula again. Same volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So then I simplified and I found out the height. So you need to solve many problems. ನೋಡಿ ಬರೇ 5 ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ 10 ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ನಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. I told you in the beginning itself. See, surface area will teach you lot of mathematics. If you're confident in surface area, I will tell you, you can solve any problems. Okay, it will really help in building you strong mathematical mind. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕಲಿತೀರಾ, ಯು ಲರ್ನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ and volume. Now this problem, I'll do this problem and I'll be ending. Then Arun sir will continue with science. This is one such problem in LBA. Okay. So what is this problem? If you see, there is a lorry. Okay, lorry is filled with petrol and they're draining it. Petrol na kalista idare aache. 1 minute. Okay, in 1 minute, 742.5 liters, it seems. The petrol was drained from the tank at the rate of 1 ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು, in 1 minute, how many liters? 742.5 liters of petrol is coming out of this tank and it continues for 1 hour. Imagine for 1 hour how much it will come. How much it will come? Just multiply. For 1 minute, how much petrol is coming? 742.5. Then 1 hour means how many minutes? 60 minutes ge ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ 742.5 into 60. So now just give 1 0, so it becomes 7425 into 6, because 1 0 if you give 1 point will go. So what will be the answer? Okay, so I think I just solved it. Yes. Okay, so basically when you solve this, you will get the answer as 44550 liters. This I stopped. Okay, next. If the diameter of tank is given, the tank diameter is given, find the length of tank. tank length. But what is this shape? See the shape properly. This is this shape, right? This shape is what? You can see two hemisphere. You can see one cylinder. Okay, you have to find length of the tank. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೆಂತ್ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. You have to find. So what I'll do first, how can I find? This is not a regular shape. First, let me write the formula. What is the volume of this tank? What is the total volume of this tank? I will write volume of tank. Volume of tank is equal to what all things are there? Volume of cylinder plus what? 2 volume of 2 volume of what? 2 volume of 1 second. It is 2 volume of what? It is hemisphere, 2 hemispheres. So what is the volume of cylinder? It is pi r square h. What is volume of hemisphere? You know 2 by 3 pi r cube. So 2 if you multiply it becomes basically 2 hemispheres becomes what? It becomes 1 sphere. So 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay. So volume of tank. What is the volume of tank? Do you know volume of tank already? If you ask me, yes, we know. We know the volume of tank. From where? From where we know? See here. Already I found out. Okay, this is the volume of tank. From here, so much liters have come out petrol. But it is in liters, sir. Not in. Now see all the dimensions in meter, meter, meter. How this can be liters? So now be very careful. Again, go to the basics. 1 meter cube is what? 1 meter cube. How much you can fill? 1000 liters. For 44550 liters, how much meter cube? Cross multiply. Basically, 44550 divided by 1000. So 1010 cancel. So basically, you'll be remained with 44.55 meter cube. So therefore, the volume of tank, which is already given in the question, 44.55. So now it is all about simplification. Is radius common? Radius is common. So pi is common. Yes, pi is common. So now just okay. So now just take pi r square common. Height is h and here 4 by 3 r. So now just it is all about simplification. 44.55. So pi angerly, what is the radius? Is it given? See very carefully. Radius is given, but diameter is given. So what will be the radius? So you can take 1.5 or 3 by 2. You can take 1.5 only, no problem. What is the height? Height I don't know, sir. Height of cylinder I don't know. Next, 4 by 3. What is the radius? Now you can use what? You can use 3 by 2 here. Very simple, because here what happens? 3 cancel, 2 1s are 2 2s are. So when you simplify this slowly and you go at some point, you will find the height as what? This height you will find, which is 4.3. What is this height? 4.3. 4.3 meter. This is just the height of cylinder. Now tell me, what will be the total length of the tank? Total length of the tank. You have to add this also, no? What is this? What is this? This is nothing but the radius of the hemisphere. What is the radius of hemisphere? It is given here. Okay. So it is diameter is given. Radius is 1.5 here. Here also 1.5. So what is the total length? 4.3 plus 3. So answer is yeah. So when you do this everything, yeah, what will the answer? 1.5 here and 1.5 here. So basically you will get 7.3 meters. Okay. I hope everybody understood. I'm just seeing the chat box. Yes. Yes, LBA is sir, please say if you study LBA questions and model paper. Yeah, more than enough. If you solve that, more than enough. You'll be very much, you can get really very good marks. Yeah, I'll send this question in the group. Last step, last step, see now when you simplify this, here what is this h? Tell me, what is this h? This h is nothing but the height of cylinder, right? This cylinder, no, this is the cylinder, no, from here to here. So when you simplify everything, what do you get? Either ingu simplify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. Please simplify that. You have to learn how to simplify. So I did not. So you will get the height. So what is this height? What do you want in the question? You want length. Length and height is nothing but here it is, since it is sleeping, they're asking what is the height? What is the length from here to here? So basically, this is the shape. There is cylinder and there is hemisphere. Okay. So from here to here, I just found out 4.3. So from here to here, what? What is this and what is this? So this is the total length. So this is 1.5 radius. No, from here to here it is radius. This again 1.5. So basically when you add 4.3 plus 1.5, 1.5 is 3. So basically what is answer? 7.3 meters is the length of the tank. Okay. So now these problems are very important. Like if you see, so much of very good thinking is required. So much of good thinking is involved. Therefore, such problems I selected. Okay. So it can be still easy. It can be very much easy still. Don't worry. But you have to practice. So like, can you like somebody asked me, okay? Like, 1 second. LBA paper, yes, I will send LBA papers in the group. Don't worry. Yes, I will send. Don't worry. ಯಾವುದು ಲಾಸ್ಟಾ ಇದ್ರದೆಲ್ಲ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ so I will send you the LBA document. Okay, so in mathematics we will explain. Anyhow, we are still there together for 3 more days. Which all chapters you have to see LBA, I will tell. Okay, now for surface area volume you have to practice LBA questions, model and preparatory. Basically 30 questions, that's all you have. 1.5 a day you sit and practice. I will tell you, if you can solve surface area and volume problems, so you'll get so much confidence. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಆಮೇಲೆ. Because this is the one which is actually many a times what happens for your mind is difficult things you do not want to do. But when you do difficult things, your mind will become very sharp. So this is not very difficult. Practice ಮಾಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ, there is chat GPT, Gemini, just put it, it will tell the answers. No, why do you worry? Just put this question in the chat GPT, it will explain you. If you want, just put it in YouTube. There also there are many videos. So you have to do that hard work. See, yesterday also many are asking marks. Forget about the marks. Practice. Okay. Now let's go to last one more problem. Arun sir is in front of me only. He told to explain this problem. It is very important. Yeah, this problem. Okay. That is why sir told it is very important problem. So I am doing it. So now if you see here, it seems, firstly understand the question. It seems there is one hemisphere and a cone, and there is a cylinder, and it is immersed in cylinder. So when it is immersed, obviously water will come out, but still there is water here. This part there is water. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ, there is water here all. They are asking, okay, find the water left out. This is solid. This is a complete solid. This is a complete solid. Okay. Now this is immersed. Obviously water will come out. They're asking what is the left out water in terms of pi. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೈನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಕೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಪೈ. ಕೀಪ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಟು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ 1 second. Yeah. So now let's understand this problem. So now basically we have to find the volume of water. So tell me what is the volume of water? Volume of cylinder. Correct. Adal neer tumbitto. Volume of cylinder. Now what? Now what? You have to minus what? You have to minus what? Volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere. Correct. So now you can do it in 2 ways. If you are very confident, you can do it here only. You can write the formulas, take comma here only. Or if you're not confident, do separately only for this volume of cylinder. What is volume of cylinder? Take down the formula. What it is? It is pi r square h. So pi, no need to simplify because they're telling keep as it is. Very good for us. What is the radius? Radius is 60. See, the radius is common for everything I told you. See whether the radius it is common. 60, 60, 60 for all the three shapes. Radius is common. So 60 square. What is the height of cylinder? It is not given. How do you find it? From here to here it is 120. Then from here to here it is how much? Idu Gadiara, I explained you already. If this is 60, this also will be 60. So it is how much? It is 180. So now pi into 60 square, how much? 3600. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು. You have forgotten most of you. If you don't know, do it again. Okay? And 180. So now just multiply 36 into 18. You multiply. See what is the answer you get. So when you do everything, you would get. 1 second. Yeah. You would get 64,800. 64,800. Oh, no. Yeah. 6,48,000. Yeah, you should get 3 zeros correct. Pi centimeter cube. Okay. So this is the volume of cylinder. Now this full, you do separately here. What is volume of cone? This you can do like common, you can take and do. Pi r square h plus 2/3 pi r cube. So you can take 1/3 pi r square common, h plus 2r. So 1/3. What is pi? Pi keep as it is. What is radius? This also is 60 square. What is height? Height is what height I want here? I want height of the cone only. Height of the cone. It is 120. So be very careful when you solve. Simplify everything. Yav height nodkali. Is it the height of cylinder? Is it the height of cone? Be very specific about it because they will confuse you in the question. They will give overall height. You need to find something. Okay. Then twice the radius. Radius is same. 60. So 120. So simplify everything. Keep pi as it is. 60 square is 3600 into 120 plus 120, not multiply. So it becomes 240. So 3 cancel. 3 ones are 3 1 and 3 twos are basically pi into 1200 into 240. Now when you simplify all this, what is the answer you get? You get, I think you should get 288,000 pi centimeter cube. Okay. Now what? Now just simplify according to the formula. What? Subtract this. Okay. 000 pi minus 288,000 pi. When you subtract, you will get 36,000 pi centimeter cube. Okay. In LBA document, you'll easily find even answers at the end. Okay. You can easily find answers also at the end. Yeah. So how to find height of the cylinder in other cases? Sir, you forgot about lead shot problem. Okay. I have that problem also. Will you cut triplet? No, better no. They'll not cut, but better you have to know how to. Triplet is just for you to. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇವನ್ ದೇರ್ ರಾಂಗ್. ನೋ, ಸೊ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ಡೂ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೈಥಾಗರಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. Okay, sir. How can you find h of other cases? Lead shot problem, that is lastly is there. I will just triangles tomorrow. Don't worry, we will do. Please don't get tense. Ella ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ. All these are hot question only, Shiv Kumar. All this whatever we are showing is, whatever we are doing is only hot question. Don't worry, you are not doing any cold questions. ಯಾವುದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟದ್ದು ಹೈ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವೆರಿ. Again, same question. Will the same questions appear in final exam? I cannot assure you, but same type will come. Don't ask the same question. Okay? But we can clearly tell 70 marks, it will be repeated from this. For next 10 marks, even if you understood these problems, it is more than enough. Okay? So don't worry. So now, sir, the question paper same for all students. It is same. Okay. So now we'll go ahead to ಸರ್ ಅದು ಲೆಡ್ ಶಾಟ್ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ. This is only one problem. This is lead shot. I'll just give idea and I'll leave, sir. You come here, sir. You start your PPT. This is ಅದು no ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Okay. Okay, this is, I'll just tell the idea of this problem. It is not very difficult. It's in, there is a cone. There is one cone. Cone is first filled in water. And for this, what they have filled? They have put 100 lead shots. They have put 100 lead shots. So what will happen when you put 100 lead shots? Obviously, water will come out. How much water will come out? Archimedes principle 900. ನೀವು ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. If you understood, you will know. The volume of the lead shot. What is the volume of lead shot? Same amount of water will come out. What is the volume? So much water only will come out. So now, very simple. So they're asking to find the radius and volume of lead shot. So how do you do this problem? First of all, you should know how much water came out from this. How much water came out? They're telling 1/4. Okay. So in this question, if you see, if the height and radius, the vessel is filled with water up to brim. Okay. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1/4 word ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. 1/4 of water from the vessel flows out. So basically 1/4 of volume from where? From cone has come out. When it came out, when you drop 100 lead shots, 100 lead shots when you drop, it has come out. So what is the volume of cone? 1/3 pi r square h. Okay. 100 lead shot. What is the shape of lead shots? It is all what? It is all the sphere. What is sphere formula? 4/3 pi r cube. Okay. So here radius is different. This is the radius of cone. This is the radius of what? This is the radius of lead shot. Okay. That is what they're asking. They're asking find the radius of lead shot. Now is everything given? Okay. 1/3. And see, pi and pi cancel here. It is very simple. But radius of cone. What is the radius of cone? It is 5 square. 5 square. What is the height of cone? It is given. It is 8 centimeter. 100 into 4/3. What is the radius? That is only we need to find out. Now you simplify everything. So here if you simplify, you will get 25 into 8. And this, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ 3 ಇದೆ. E4 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ನ್ಯೂಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So what is remaining in denominator here? Here 4 is remaining and that 4 also will come down. This 100 also will come down. Remaining is r cube. So now 1s are 2s are 1s are 50s are, then illi 25 1s are 25 2s are. So it will be remaining it 1/8 r cube. What is 1/8 r cube? So 1/8 r cube means r 1/8 cube root. So it is nothing but r is equal to 1/2 centimeter. Now find the volume of lead shot. Very simple. Take this formula and do 4/3 pi r cube formula. Just simplify 4/3, 22/7. Radius is what? 1/2, 1/2 and r1, right? 1/8. And simplify, you will get the answer. That's all. So do the problem, understand the problem. Okay. So don't get what is required is the practice.